It doesn't matter what you say. As soon as you say something critical about Donald Trump, they go, and Biden's not. Maybe he is, maybe he's not. We're not talking about him. If you're asking me about Trump, that's what I'm answering. Are there things I didn't like about Joe Biden? Of course. Are there things I didn't like about Barack Obama? There were things I didn't like about Bill Clinton. I'm not in a fucking cult. I can not like things about a politician who I support politically. But it doesn't matter. They go, why don't you like him? Well, he's a fucking joke. And Biden's not a joke? Hey.
Why do you think they didn't like or respect Trump? Let's see what you're going to say with that. Why do you think? Tell me.
The guy's a joke.
He is?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us why. And Biden's not a joke.
Well, we can talk about Biden.
Oh, because Biden's like the GOAT and, and Trump's the joke.
No.
Okay,
so
tell us why he's a joke.
But I think it's important to say, are we talking about Trump or are we talking about Biden?
No.
We can talk about both,
identify
let's
both.
talk about them one at a time.
Stay on Trump.
Okay.
Stay on Trump
Fair.
when he says he's a joke. Tell us why you think he's a joke.
Promises made that were not kept that he told us he was going to achieve for us. Let's look at some of them. I'm going to get rid of Obamacare and replace it with, his word, a beautiful replacement where everyone will have care and it's going to be affordable. Okay. Just flat out didn't happen. The one proposal that Republicans made would have led to 24 to 32 million people losing health care. I consider that a failure. I don't think Obamacare is perfect, but it's better than the thing Trump said he was going to bring us. That was just a failure. 2, build a wall across the entire U.S.-Mexico border, which Mexico is going to pay for. It's not even worth having a conversation. I mean, just a joke. Of course, completely didn't happen. Solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. No progress made. In fact, to be honest, and this is, if we want to delve into that, moving the embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem got us further from that because it's seen as a sort of a taunting measure if you understand the internal politics of what's going on there. Was going to, made some space travel promises. I mean, I can't think of promises he made that he did keep other than, I guess he was going to do tax reform and he did tax reform. So as a policy matter, a complete and total failure. I do think maybe the First Step Act on criminal justice reform did some good things. I'm sort of glad to give him credit on that. But so, on policy, failure. And then, on rhetoric, we could spend 3 hours just looking at quotes.
He's a joke. He's an absolute fucking joke. The world laughs at him because of how much of a fucking joke he is. Because of the cartoonish nature of his very existence. Because of the way he speaks about people. Because of the fact that he put a fucking tariff on an island that is only inhabited by penguins. Because he wants credit for a war between two countries that were never at war. And they laugh at him about it when they get together for various functions. He's a fucking joke. An absolute joke. He's the guy that wanted to know why we couldn't nuke hurricanes. He's the guy that took a Sharpie and drew on a weather map that a hurricane path was going to include a part of the country that he said it was going to include, even though it wasn't going to include that part of the country. He's the guy who said he was going to build a wall along the border of Colorado. He said we had airports during the Revolutionary War. He's a fucking joke. And don't ask about him if you in turn want to talk about Joe Biden. We can talk about Joe Biden and the things he has done that I didn't like. But that's not what the subject was. So stick to the fucking subject, which is Trump's a fucking joke.